Paige,
Jim, I like your look today.
is that right?
What you got going on today? You got something
I'm
special you're doing?
just you.
Oh, no, we need to redo.
Well, and that didn't sound right at all, did it? I
Dying.
meant just hanging out. You were the special reason.
I
I'm,
know.
oh,
I
yeah,
know. We need to
yeah.
redo that. We need to.
Yeah. So, anyway, good morning, Paige.
Hi.
Am I red? That was awkward. So I
I'll
got a
always
good
be a
one to talk
12-year-old
about.
boy, by the way.
Was
Always.
that?
I'll always be a 12-year-old boy. Like,
Yeah, well, clearly.
y-
So I have a good one to talk about today.
okay.
So I don't know. It's actually not brand new, but I think it's one that people aren't talking about, and they should. So it's WinRAR. So basically, WinRAR is they claim to be the most widely used compression tool out there. So there's a very good chance they claim over 500 million users use WinRAR. So if you have a desktop computer and you ever get a zip file, there's a very, or not just zip, there's a bunch of other types as well. There's a very good chance you have WinRAR. And it's one of these things that it's just a utility. It's on your computer. You download it, you install it, and you forget about it. And then if you get a zip file, you go and use it. The problem is there's a new exploit that was discovered in July. WinRAR was made aware of it. They came out with a patch. They pushed the patch available, but WinRAR does not auto patch. And WinRAR doesn't even have an update button in it. So right now, if you go and you have it on your computer, which you can just do like a little search, type in WinRAR, if it comes up as utility, and you click on it, and then you go over to the little help thing on the right-hand side, and then it gives you about WinRAR, and you click on it. Look at your version. If you are not on version, I think it's 7.13, pretty positive. In fact, let me make sure. Yep. If you're not on version 7.13 or newer, then right now you are at risk. And the risk is actively being exploited, which is even more terrifying because this isn't one of those things where, yeah, it could be exploited and that would be bad. Right now, the way it works is if you get a zip file and you expand the zip file, it can do directory traversing. Basically what that means is let's say you tell it, I want to put it into this directory. This is where I want to unzip everything. Well, it will actually unzip stuff into another spot on your computer. And the stuff that it unzips is generally DLL files and executable things. And it puts those over so that you're basically the next time you reboot, it will then run these other pieces of software. And now you're running malware on your computer and you'd have no idea. So basically, it's not one of these things where if you just look at the file, it's bad. Or if you open the file, it's the minute you unzip or uncompress the file. So there is a step involved, but criminals are very creative. Social engineering works really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a zip file and it comes from a coworker, it's not got any kind of password protection on it, and they tell you it's got some files in there that have like some Word docs or stuff, and you don't really pay attention, you could be at risk. So this is one of those ones where, yes, not every person's going to fall victim, but if you have WinRAR, just you can go to their homepage, which if you have the tool, it literally has a spot you can click under the help where it takes you right to their site rather than trying to figure out where it is yourself. Click it there, go to their site, download the latest version, 7.13 or newer, put it on your computer, and you're good to go.
Follow-ups here. If you don't have WinRAR, what compression tool do you have to install in a compression tool, or walk me through it? People are like, wait, do I have it? Do I not? We know how to search for it to see if we do. But
so Windows has their own kind of built-in version, but it's limited in what it does. WinRAR does a lot more. There's WinZip, which also, by the way, had a serious vulnerability about 5 or 6 months ago.
Yep.
And if you weren't on the latest version of that one, again, you're screwed. So I don't know. I'm not an Apple guy. I'm not a Mac guy. So I can't tell you on the Mac side. Yeah. I imagine there's some equivalent. I do know that they have something built in Mac as well to do decompression. So there's a chance you don't have it, but the fact that over 500 million people do, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. I'm glad you brought up WinZip because we talked about that like 6 months ago. And I was thinking, wait, this sounds awfully familiar. And
that's an excellent point, that I'm worried that people are going to see this article. If, it got very little press, by the way. This has gotten very little press.
How it always goes.
Yeah. And I'm afraid they'll see that. And in their mind, they'll just think compression tool. I already read about that a few months ago, and they'll ignore it. And because they are two separate products, that they're going to ignore this one thinking they already addressed it from before.
Right. Well, no, this is different. So look it up. Always really great information. So thank you so much, Jim.
You bet. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Hey, everyone. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you have any questions, go ahead and just fill them out in the comments. I read every comment that's posted, and I'll be happy to either make a video answering your questions, or I might just message you directly to get you the information you need. Have a great day.